So, this week's topic that I have been thinking about is how to maintain integrity in midlife. And I thought that perhaps we should talk about that because the thing is that the word integrity in English has taken on a kind of a distorted form. I don't know about you, but I just think that there is a kind of a judgmental point that's put on the word integrity. However, if you look at the original Latin root, right, integrity comes from the Latin word integer, and it just means intact or whole and complete. And I just thought perhaps this is a chance to bring back the original meaning and feed it back into our lives and to see how, especially in midlife, right, how we can make this a part of our daily routine and still have integrity in our life without all the judgment that surrounds it. Now, what do I mean by that? I just mean that to have a life that is whole and undivided. And midlife, and I have been saying this for a long time, right, is just a reset button stage. Now, this is also the moment, and that's why integrity comes into play here, because we are constantly asking ourselves the questions: are we on the right path? Is it an authentic life that we are leading? And let me give you a little example of how this played out in my own life. So, I have been giving communications lessons for some time now, right? And because there was a time in my life where I had to make sure that financially I was stable and that I would actually earn a lot of money once I quit my job a long time ago. And a lot of help came and advice came from everybody else who were looking out for me. There were no bad intentions, of course, but people were really saying, this is what you should do and that is what you should do, and I think that you should go here and you should go there. And at the same time that I was gathering all this information, I was also trying to get in touch with myself. And then I took a step back and I completely stopped accepting the advice and the help and started to go inwards. And that's when the integrity thing came into play, because I asked myself, is this the authentic way to live? Does this align with my values? Is it actually who I am? So going forward, it was always taking the next steps that are in integrity, that operates in this system, that feels true to me. That's when I came across coaching. And that was literally the path of integrity for me. Now, of course, each of us are going to have different journeys, right? And so we need to figure out what integrity means uniquely to us. But there are a couple of tips that I can give you that you can use to measure whether you are living in integrity in your life. The number one is really to get in touch with your body. Now, this is something that's overlooked a lot because we always think that everything is happening mentally and emotionally, and it is. However, the body is that what never lies. What do I mean by that? If you have emotions, if you are feeling sad, depressed, angry, hurt, disappointed, whatever it is that you're feeling, there is a very good chance that you have developed a system of hiding this. Either you suppress it or even you express it. But your body is not going to lie. You can hide anger or hurt, but you can't hide a stomachache. You see? And therefore, learning to listen to our body, how our body reacts to certain situations. Do we feel good about it? Is there a good feeling, or is there some tightness that comes up when I think of something? Now, that's an indication. And it really pays off to pay attention to how our body feels. Now, to help you do this, I have also created a free meditation practice. It's downloadable on my website. So I'm going to leave the link in the description box below. And if you choose, you can go and download it and listen to it. And this is a meditation that's really going to help you get in touch with your body, right? So I lead you through a certain process. The second one is, of course, to check in with your values. Are you living in alignment with your values? This is so important because many of us go through lives without actually even articulating what our values are. So first of all, to find out what they are. Secondly, to be able to express them. Thirdly, to live by them, right? I recently finished my first online coaching tool that I have developed, and a very one of the modules is actually really about values. So if you're interested in checking that out too, I'm also going to leave the link in the description box below. The third point is always to be prepared. What happens if not? And I like to have this kind of a strategy because although we are setting ourselves up for success every time, there is a chance that we are going to fail, and failure is nothing but just showing us the way again, right? So there is no judgment attached to it. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just a part of our experience. And so what happens when you have a setback? So to have a plan that how do I get back into my alignment? How do I get back into my integrity path when I fail? And having a system in place is always very useful to do this even before before you fail, because then you can always go back and kind of and know what are the steps that you have to do. One of the things that I absolutely love is, of course, breathing. That's a tool you always carry with you. It's not something you need to take in your pocket. It's always there with you. And as Adrienne says, and I absolutely love her for saying this, she says, breathe as if you love yourself. And I think there is a lot of truth in that. So if you can do that, that can be an anchoring point to get you back when you're off track. And the fourth, and probably one of the most important things, is just to have gratitude, to give thanks for every experience that comes your way, because everything that comes your way is a torchlight into something new, into something different. It is taking you somewhere else. That's like the vehicle that you get on from trying to get from point A to point B, right? So those were my 4 tips that I think you might want to implement if you want to maintain integrity in your midlife. And I would love to know how you are doing that, so I would encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments box below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then please do that, because that way I know that this kind of content is something that people would like to hear more of, and then I can go on posting things. And if there is something that you would like me to talk about, please say that as well. So do check the subscription button to subscribe to this channel, as well as hit the notification bell so you get to know every time I post something new. And I have a Facebook community group that's simply dedicated just for midlifers. If you would like to join that group, it's free. So I'm going to leave the link in the description box below. With that being said, I hope you have a good journey, and lots of happiness and joy and abundance while you're maintaining your integrity. And do let me know how this resonates. Sending you lots of love and light. Bye bye.